Hey guys, it's Mike with the King Arthur Legends Rise video on the free-to-play account day 2. We're starting off the day with a very solid 20 pack of special summons, which is pretty big time. Got some gear coming our way, which is going to be extremely helpful. 2 pieces of 6-star gear, and then also some potions, which seems a little lackluster after the first 2. But those pieces are going to be super big. Yesterday we got all these guys all done. Pretty good. Well, we already finished one of these. What does it say? Reach level 30 with 1 hero? Yeah, we definitely did that. We got 3 heroes to 6-star yesterday and almost 4. So we're going to get Tristan to 6-star today. So we're going to go ahead and claim that. But we got some goodies to do on the daily. I got to say, day by day logging in, it feels pretty good. I really enjoy coming into the game on the free-to-play account. It's pretty fun. And there's a lot to do and it keeps you busy. I'm hoping today, seeing how I kind of went through all of the stamina from yesterday and all the level ups to clear to level 28 in a single day, I'm kind of hoping I don't have to spend 6 hours in the game today, but I'm ready to do it if I have to. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to press the account along as far as we can. But I say we get started on this day, jumping over into Lake Avalon and getting those special summons that we just picked up. We do get a free summon here. Go through those 3 every single day. Let's see if we get anything good here. It doesn't look like it. We're looking at a common character there. So we are 38 away from pity, but we're going to go ahead and pull, I guess we'll pull 30, seeing how we're sitting here breathing. We might as well pull 40 because I don't know what else I'm going to do with those crystals. So let's go ahead and get to pity. We're going to start the day off with a new legendary character. I should have double checked the wish list. I'm pretty sure I updated it. I'm trying to get a copy of a lot of different legendaries on the account before we really start deep diving on chivalries. Pulled an Avalon. That's pretty good. We got our Cormac already on chivalry level 1. That's pretty good as well. We're going to get this guy going. Again, I should have looked at the wish list. We'll have to come in after this time. No legendary on this one. So far this account's been super lucky, so I can't complain. We got a Nika and a Brennan on our first day, another Avalon, another Urian, so kind of that's back to back for those 2 champs. We got a Caliber and Arthur. We do have Nika and Brennan still in here, so I'm going to go ahead and pull them down. I think I'm going to go for a Lancelot and a Merlin. And then once I get a copy of each of them, probably start moving around. Get my Anya would probably be a good one to pick up. In fact, I think I'm gonna go for the Merlin for the crowd control, but the Anya is a good pull as well. And I do want to get Morgan to chivalry level at least 2 or 3, but I think 4 would get her where we need her to be for all of the turn meter manipulation. But we're gonna save that as our new list there, and we're gonna summon another 20 to guarantee us at least 1 legendary. So let's go ahead and pull these guys and see where we end up. I think we should have enough. And now that I'm saying that out loud, I don't know that we will on the crystals. We might be pretty close. So we got a single rare on that guy. That's a ban. He's new to the account, so that's pretty good. We are 75 crystals shy of being able to pull that 10 pack. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on the dailies, get those 75 crystals, and then I'll bring you back in when we're ready to rock and roll. Alright, so we got some of those dailies done. We actually stacked up quite a few crystals just going through the achievements and everything else on the daily stuff. Just a lot of stuff coming in. So we're going to go ahead and create a 10 pack. I also got 2 special summons there as well. But we are 8 away from pity, so we are guaranteed to get a legendary on this pull. Hopefully, I think I'd really like to see that Caliber and Arthur. I think that would be kind of fun to start the game and be as early on in the game with him on the account. But either Lancelot, Merlin, or a chivalry on Morgan would be incredible. So beggars can't be choosers. We'll take anything. Vengeance begets more vengeance. Another Morgan, that is awesome. We're going to start getting her chivalries dialed in so that she is a speed demon. We also got over into Pinvid as part of the daily, so we're going to go ahead and advance Tristan to 6-star. Got all of his goodies right there ready to go, so that's going to hopefully be enough to get us through Pinvid 10. We're definitely going to have to do some gear stuff and some other things, but having those 4 players should be able to do it. It's just a matter of getting them upgraded and moving forward. On the Awakening, we have opened this up. I would like to start getting like 3-star Awakening across the board if we could start moving in that direction, but I don't have any keepsakes anyway, so even if I had that on the account, it wouldn't really help. So here we go at the start of battle. 100% chance to grant each ally damage dealt increase 1 for the rest of the battle as long as the weather is night. So So we're gonna be doing more damage across the entire battle as long as with the weather's night. We run that alongside, I believe, matching that up with a Turin. I think she does turn the weather to night if I remember correctly, so that could be a good win having her paired with Turin, although I already have Nika, so I probably wouldn't build Turin just because the resources and they overlap too much on what they do right now. So jumping over into the forge, we're looking at doing one piece of vigor gear there and not quite a piece there. So I think I'm actually gonna get some stamina and go into Weiskelag and farm Weiskelag to get a few more pieces of vigor to complete another set. Once we have 3 sets of vigor for our champions, I think we'll take that into the stage 10-2 that we got stuck on last time, and hopefully that'll be enough to get through it. Alright, so we got in there, we farmed up some dragon. We're going to go ahead and take a peek at what we've got in the crafting area here. I wouldn't mind getting an accuracy set for Morgan. I think that would be a huge win, getting that 30% on her in order to get her to land that debuff, but I don't know that it's worth it right now. We do have quite a few pieces of vigor we can get on here, and then also, so I farmed 6 times on stage 5 and got a lot of resources there, so we're going to be able to get quite a few pieces on us. So maybe we will do an accuracy set for Morgan. So let's take a peek at Morgan and see which pieces. So yeah, we got her in a crit rate set. She does have attack speed here, which we will want to keep on her. So that'd be pretty unfortunate if we don't land attack speed there. But I think that it probably just makes sense to get her in an accuracy set. We'll go ahead and replace those 2 pieces there. As far as vigor sets go, we need a helmet, we need a chest plate, boots. We do have earrings already, so we can not do earrings, and we do have a ring already. So basically, a pendant, boots, chest plate, and helmet. So we're gonna go ahead and knock all those out, and then those 2 pieces of effect accuracy gear, and then we'll see where we're at when the dust settles. Alright, so we got some new gear on the account. When I'm building my players, I always start with my Morgan, and if I get pieces that are better specifically in speed, that's what I'm going to be looking for. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch over. We're going to go specifically to accuracy and vigor. We don't have a lot of pieces here, but we've got a piece on her. We're going to go over here so we can compare them side by side. If we grab this piece, we did not get a attack speed, but this is 4-star, so it could be worth switching one of these over. If we enhance this twice and get a 2 roll in the same stat, then we can try to switch it into a speed roll. That could be a big win. If we enhance this one twice here, and again it spread them out, so that's not really going to help us out a whole lot. This one does have a double roll here, but it is on a 3-star piece of gear, so I probably wouldn't waste the change dust on this. Typically I'd probably hold off until 5-star gear anyway, but it just kind of depends. Here you got a 2 roll on hit accuracy, but we picked this guy up. Got effect accuracy and hit accuracy, so if we enhance this up to level 3, we're going to go for the 3rd one because it's a legendary, so it already has these 3 stats. So if we change the stats on here, if we're able to get that one into attack speed, that'd be good, but this is actually a pretty good piece for somebody else, so we'll probably just leave that one as is. On the boots here, we got attack speed already in it, so hopefully we get a couple rolls there. There's 1, there's 2, perfect, and we'll take that one clear to level 12. Except we don't have enough gold. Oh man, this is gonna be rough. Alright, but we'll go ahead and put that onto her, equipped temporarily. So you can see we just picked up her speed by 7 and got her a little more survivable. On this guy here, we have another 3-star piece. She does have attack speed on the one she's at here. Here we're gonna hope that we got attack speed on this guy. We did not. We're gonna enhance it twice, hopefully get 2 rolls. Did not. Neither one of these are good for her, so we could actually change the stats, but again, it's a 3-star piece, so that's not really that good. But we are going to go ahead and equip that temporarily, and then on this piece here, we've got attack speed on that, but we got attack percent with attack speed, so hopefully we get a roll in that attack speed. That's to 4, that's to 7. We're not going to make it to 9, but that's going to make up, so we were at 12 speed on that piece, now we're at 7, so we lose 5, but we are going to pick up all that accuracy. So effect accuracy went from 8% to 32%. So my guess is at this point now, she's probably going to start landing that ability where she's getting the defense down, as well as the increased damage taken, which is a big part of her kit, as well as the turn meter reductions. We did lose 1 speed because we moved out of a speed ring, made up for part of it there, and then we made up for part of it on those boots. So overall, her entire build got significantly better with this effect accuracy. So we're going to go ahead and change that, and we're going to go ahead and get K into a vigor set. As an early game player, it's pretty tempting to use this auto equip button. I would highly recommend building your own builds, putting your sets together and kind of catering to the players. So like K is an attack based player, getting her attack power, crit rate, crit damage, she's going to function significantly better, and then kind of building out people accordingly. It's not going to put all the speed gear on your Morgan, for example. It's not going to put all the HP gear on your Nika for those heals. So it's just kind of better to just take the time and go through it. She actually has a couple good pieces on her, but we're going to have to move her out of attack set because it's a 4-piece set to get her into vigor. But I'm going to try to hold on to this piece of crit rate gear because it's 4-star already leveled up. So we're going to go into here. We're going to grab this guy. We're going to equip that temporarily. Got to get over to this one. If you move gear at this screen here, you're going to pay every time you move it. I like to go to this screen where you can do the entire build and make sure it's exactly what you want and all the pieces are lining up the way that you want them to line up. And then from there, if you want, you can go ahead and accept the changes or not, and that way you're not spending a lot of gold unnecessarily if you can't complete the build that you want. So now we have some gear, but we don't have gold to actually get it leveled up or outfit the champion. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to take the team the way it is. We got Morgan in here now with an accuracy set, hopefully landing some of those defense downs, increased damage takens. We also have her in a vigor set, which we didn't have before. We have Nika in a vigor set as well, so she's going to get a few more heals going on. I don't know if we have a better, yeah, we don't even have better life gear. We got to have better life gear. Where are we at here? Still using that 1-star life gear, which is pretty brutal. I definitely could use some opportunities there. We got Tristan over here in a crit rate plus attack set. Looking decent. I mean, obviously we got some opportunities there, but we do have some actual pieces of gear now that we could start working through. Getting everybody into a minimum of 3-star across the board would be a big win. On K, we've got her actually in 3 or 4-star gear, so her build's not too bad. She just doesn't have vigor, so she's not gonna be able to do a lot most of the time. Over here on Rosier, we can get back into Gorgos, get her build decked out. Probably need to get her in a vigor set as well so she can do those dots, and then we can build Jarrett here with some 3-star, 4-star, just building him as tanky as possible. But let's go ahead and head back into chapter 10, and we're going to take on this second chapter and see if we can press along, gaining some gold and some materials along the way. So we're back in here. When he does this charge attack, if we don't get him dead, he kind of wipes the whole team out. So maybe we got enough defense on the team that some of them might stay alive. I think Nika did survive it last time, but we really just need to do more damage to get this done. So hopefully we can get pretty close, and maybe Nika could finish it up before, but we're a lot closer than we were. So this is pretty good. Hopefully we get another turn before he does. Oh, all right. So if anybody survived, oh, nobody survived. All right, I think a little bit of RNG and we should be able to get through this. So far, even with that accuracy set on Morgan, she has not landed the defense down or the increased damage taken. Although we are way ahead of schedule as far as doing damage to him now, because he's going to charge up, but I think we're going to get him dead. I think we just needed to focus on him from the start of the battle. So it all kind of worked out. But we did finally get through it. We're going to press on, see how far into the chapter we can get. So we have gotten all the way to chapter 10, level 7, stage 7. So we're on to Cromcroc. I think from here we open up the sealed temple where we can actually farm talismans. And it might open Cromcroc at the same time we can farm books, but probably not. I think that actually opens a little later probably. But we're going to get in here and see if the team we have together is going to be enough to actually defeat Cromcroc. Now obviously we don't have Guinevere, so it might be a little bit contingent on RNG depending on who Cromcroc takes. But I think that was probably one of the better choices, him or Kay. Hopefully he can do enough damage to get Morgan or Nika back quickly, and that way that he can get some support. But hopefully we can make it through this. I think we're going to be okay. It just might take a few tries pending RNG. It'd actually be pretty good. He's fighting the wrong way. What's he go over here shooting the he's that way, buddy. Tristan, you got to pay attention, bud. So hopefully we get Nika out here so we can get some heals. That is not the one we wanted, but you know, like I said, it might take an RNG. There we go. She's back. Hopefully we can get a couple heals right away if we have the vigor for her to get that squared away. Again, we're not landing those. Now, I think with her chivalry the way it is now, it's probably every 4 or 5 turns, because I think you do bring the cooldown down where it's every 3rd turn. She'll be landing that debuff. So theoretically, if she just doesn't have enough effect accuracy to do it, she's not going to land it. So that's just a struggle. But ideally, she could get 1 or 2 of those guys up there from time to time and make this work for us. But this is not looking super good at this. I think we're too late getting Nika out, so those heals didn't come in quick enough. We lost our Morgan. Now Tristan's down. Probably going to make it through Cromcroc on this stage, but we're definitely not going to make it through him on the next one. So we might try some different RNG and see if we can do a little better. So in this one, we did get Morgan first, but we got Nika second. So the heals are coming in a little stronger. So hopefully she can stay in front of some of this damage. I think if we can get through this stage with all 4 of the characters, the second stage shouldn't be quite as hard because we don't have to deal with just one of our players getting through it. But we'll try to get through here. There's a good time for a heal there. Unfortunately, her heals are just pretty bad. I mean, we need to get her in recovery and get her with some HP percentage pieces, and that would make all the difference in the world. But we did get through it, so hopefully we could take on the second stage and or the second wave and get through him as well. So far things are going pretty good. We do have them set up with that almost damage immunity with the 1 damage there, but he goes back into a charge mode where we can do damage. I think we'll probably take him out. So that was a pretty easy clear as far as that goes. We did have the 1 turn that didn't work out, but once Nika came out before K, then we got the heals we needed when we needed them. So that just beat us on story mode, and so we can move into hard from normal. So I think I'm going to go ahead and press on through hard mode until I get stuck, and then we'll kind of jump back and see where we're at with resources and so forth, and then build out some teams. Or build out those other gear sets with vigors, and then see about pressing on even further. But we're probably going to run out of stamina, although I think I have 250 sitting over in one of the events. So we're going to be able to go pretty far, and I think we might level up soon too, because we're still pretty low on the level range. So we'll go pressing through here, hopefully get pretty far into here, but we'll find out. Alright, so we made it clear to Chapter 4, Stage 2, which is actually pretty good. Got a lot of goodies along the way. We'll come back in and probably fill these stars out and start to get some of these other goodies. But we only have the 4 characters really built right now, so we don't really have options to move between this Flame Relic or that Frost character or this Defense character. We just have who we have, which is fine. We're getting some pretty good progress. We've unlocked a lot. We just now unlocked Frozen Plains, so we can start working on relics enhancements. So there's a lot of ways we can start empowering our characters to make them more effective and better, which is going to be pretty big. You know, we got relic level up. We also got the skill level up, as well as getting into, man, I got so many. I guess if you're learning how to do it, and there is a lot of ways to level up your characters, so it is probably good they have all this stuff in here. But it's like, man, I'm getting carpal tunnel clicking this many times. This is ridiculous. But I did also open up the sealed temple. Here's Hall of Conquerors just opened up, so that's actually pretty cool. But we got Forbidden Dungeon going. I think yesterday we got that one up, but now we have the sealed temple here. So we're going to see about pressing on in here and see how far we can get and start getting some of these talismans on the account as well. Nothing new or exciting. We're going to use the same exact team that we've been using. We're just going to go in here to auto battle, and hopefully we go clear to stage 6. Alright, so we only made it through stage 2. Stage 3 proved to be too hard, so that's a little bit rough. But we jumped over into Forbidden Dungeon. We're pressing on that with all the improvements. It's just on autopilot right now, just going through it. So doing pretty good there, gaining a lot of resources on the account. Hopefully get some more stamina, but also looking to get some gold because we used it all upgrading pieces. But now we have a couple pieces of vigor where we can put together hopefully a set for Kay and maybe even a set for Tristan, and hopefully be able to level them up as well and kind of get them moving. Might try to start getting a little bit more speed on my Morgan, which would be helpful as far as just getting her effective. And we have unlocked some stuff with skills and relic enhancements, so maybe trying to get a little bit of stats in that space too would be good. And then after that, we'll probably jump into to Aldry the Ice Bear and see how we can do over there. Alright, I thought I'd bring you back in here, going through the item bag, just using all the chests and everything that I got along the way, the resources. So it's kind of stacking up pretty good. I did get hung up on Forbidden Dungeon, I think floor 22. So I think I'm a little bit hung up there. I do have 8 tickets, so I'm going to try to see if I can improve my team throughout the day, and then potentially get past it and keep pressing on. But if not, then I'll make sure I sim those before the reset tomorrow to make sure I get as many resources as I can. Let's see if we happen to get lucky with a relic here. We did not, and then we'll go over here and see if we get lucky on this side as well. And we did not, so that's all well and good. 3 to 5 star gear. This is going to be amazing. So we're going to grab that, and we might use some of it, maybe. It kind of depends. It'll probably be filler gear. We did get another chivalry. We'll probably put that on Rosier. And then we have some stamina here that we can use. We have some selector chests that we could do. And then we have this guy here, which we're definitely going to grab some vigor pieces. So we are going to go ahead and use these guys and get 2 pieces of vigor gear on the account. So we're going to grab that, and I think it allows us to select which 2 from there. So now we can go into here now that they're vigor, and we can choose. So we can choose any of the 6. So going with these guys could be a little bit of a gamble, because if they happen to be flat stat or they happen to be the wrong main stat that you're looking for, it could kind of turn south on you a little bit. That being said, at this stage, I don't have any 5-star gear on the account, so even a flat stat HP here is going to be really good for me. But these guys here I know are going to be in-game pieces of gear, but they don't have the potential to affect my account in the same way. If I happen to get HP percent right here, that's going to be huge for Nika. If I happen to get effect accuracy right here, that's going to be huge for Morgan. There's enough things going on here that I am going to grab one of these, and then I think I'm going to go ahead and go for the earrings as well and kind of gamble a little bit. Either way, they're going to find a home on my account, but as long as they're not flat stats, they're probably going to be better than the alternative. So effect resistance is a great piece for Anya when I get her on the account. And then we have HP percent, so that is a huge piece for Nika right there. So we're going to get her HP pushed way up with that piece. And then for the time being, we're going to find a home for this one as well. But we're going to go ahead and get back over there. We did get a lot of things on the account to get us some gold, but if we jump over into our achievements, my guess is we stacked up quite a few by all the things that we've done lately. So here's some gold coming in right there. That's going to be pretty good for the account. On the main story mode, got some crystals coming in. That's going to be good for the account. Here we go with some more gold. That's going to be good. And look at all this stuff that we got done here. So that's going to be huge. 125,000 gold there. And then at some point, I really need to actually put a little bit of energy into my Gorgos team with Rosier and Jarrett and get those guys dialed in so I can start farming Gorgos at a little higher level. But we also need to build out our Audrey team, so we're going to probably have to put some resources into Brennan as well. So we got a lot of stuff going on all at once. So jumping into the shops, I still think the right move here is to go for Sergius's Flame Relic and get Sergius and save all of your tokens until you get there. He has been nerfed pretty dramatically, but that speed team is still pretty effective at getting through a lot of content. That being said, it's going to take way more than 7 days for me to get into those spaces, so I'm going to use these currencies in other ways, such as picking up stamina to press the account along, or maybe some summons or something along those lines, but it's probably not something I would recommend doing for somebody that's building their account for the long haul. And here we got some raid up summons going on in here. May or may not be the way to... So again, I'm only playing 7 days, so I'm probably not going to get enough to actually get Lagertha on the account anyway, and plus I already have Nika, so it's probably not quite as important as some of the other stuff in here. Talismans, tomes are going to be help me advance my characters and move them along a little further. So that's going to be kind of an interesting part of things, as far as I'm going to use every resource I have just to maximize what I can do in 7 days. So we did an auto climb on Origin of Apolia, so we're just seeing how far we go before we get stuck, but we seem to be doing pretty good, so we'll see how this goes. If you can get into some higher stages, I mean, some of the gear like Life Set, if I could get those pieces to replace Nika's, would be good. But outside of that, I wouldn't spend a lot of stamina in here just because the gear sets that you get in here are not really that good. You'd want to spend most of your time in Weisgelag, or you'd want to spend your time in Arcelus. so you can get the keepsakes on your account, and that'll be kind of a bigger win than the sets you're getting in here. That being said, you can get the resources you need to do more forging, which I think the best gear sets are in the forge, so that's really where you want to spend most of your time anyway. Alright, so we went through our new player event, maxed out all these guys here. We're going to get all that on there, plus the 20 rate up special summons with some stamina and another chivalry. And then we also leveled up to level 30 in the meantime, so we got a little extra stamina on the account as well. So we're going to be able to play and get some stuff done. We got a lot to do actually, because I think we're going to have to work on Brennan to get our Aldry team going, and we're going to have to take him clear to 6 stars. So we got to take a peek and kind of move him in that direction. So let's go ahead and get started on powering him up. We're going to take him to level 10. We should be able to get him to 5-star 50 without any problem at all. Potentially we don't have enough of the experience bottles, but I think I've been stacking these up appropriately, so we should be able to get them all the way to 5-star 50. I doubt we're going to have the resources to get them to 6-star though, so we might have to farm those up, which we have the stamina now to do, which is going to be huge. And then we can probably try to spend a little time on our Gorgos team and our Aldry team simultaneously and try to get, farming stage 6, stage 7, something like that if we can. Alright, so we did get him to 5-star 50. We do need quite a few of the mythic orbs. We do have enough of these, and we need to farm these guys. So we're going to go pick these up. Actually, we got some owned. Let's see what we got. We can get 5 of them. Might as well go ahead and grab those 5, get a start on the right foot, but we're going to go ahead into hard mode. Let's see here. We can farm right here. Probably has better drop rate, so we're going to go ahead and do that and see if we can pick those up. Alright, so we had got those on the account. We're going to have to jump into Pinvid and get 22 of these mythic orbs going. Probably want to push our Rosier on as well. And then also our Jarrett, and that's going to cost us a little bit less because he's an uncommon character. That's just going to allow us to get further and further into Gorgos using those guys there with Nika. But we also got those pieces of gear on the account, so I want to go in here. I think we have the HP %, which is going to be absolutely huge. So if we go over here, we pretend we're going to put this on here. We're going to enhance. We're probably going to run out of money. Oh, it's so expensive to enhance 6-star gear, but it's going to be so worth it. That's all of our money, all of it. So we really need to spend some time getting our Gorgos team together. Unfortunately, we're going to need some money to do that, so I'm not going to take it any higher than that. We still got 240. But if we equip this piece temporarily, we're going to see that we shoot up our HP by 2,000. Just there, and if we got that to level 12, it'd be even higher than that. So that's going to be an absolutely huge win for her, and then we can slowly but surely start getting her into an HP piece here, as well as some better life sets going on here. I think on the effect resistance, we'll probably go ahead and put that on Brennan here. I think that's going to be a good move for him. And then we can start working on getting him outfitted with a vigor set as well. But we did get quite a few rate up summons, or not rate, I keep calling rate up summons, those special summons. I got quite a few special summons on the account, so let's go ahead and pull. We got 58 from Pity, we just reset it. We are going to keep Morgan in there for now, and we're going to go ahead and get this going and see if we happen to get lucky again. So we did get we got 2 rares in this pull here. That's pretty good. We're gonna see, we got a Sarah, so she would be a great champion to build up for Nesta Weiskalag, because she has a buff disruption. I'm not sure if it's on her Storm Relic or not. That will make her negative affinity, so it'd be better to get her in her Frost Relic. But that is a new pull on the account. Again, at this point in time, probably not a great idea to start spreading yourself super thin. You kind of want to build the specific teams for the areas you need, so that way you can get a little deeper in your farming. If we take a look at these 3 rares, got another copy of Sarah right there, another copy of Rosier. We do have some chivalries we can put on Rosier, so hopefully we can start getting her pretty far along. If you can get her all the way to chivalry level 8, she becomes an absolute beast as far as putting dots up and dot damage. So that is a big win. Plus, if you can get her in a corrosion set, that's also going to be a huge win for you as well. 1 rare. That's pretty brutal. Pretty brutal. Let's see who it is. So we got a Kieran. And we're 25 away from being able to do another 10 pack. So that's a pretty good summon session there. We got 28 to go before we hit Pity. Hopefully we don't get all the way to there, but we'll go ahead, jump in the Codex, and get those rubies. Every time you pull new champions, there's rubies in here waiting for you. So if you want to go in and sneak those in and keep the account moving, actually that gave us the 10 pack we need. So let's go ahead and pull it. We are on special summons here. Seeing how we're sitting here breathing, we're already got you on camera. We're going to go ahead and go for it. Hopefully not go to pity. Hopefully not. No. All right. Well, we're still going. That brings us down to what, 18. So hopefully by the end of the day, we probably have those 18 pulled and get another legendary on the account. But we did get another rare with Nicholas there, so that's pretty good. We're going to jump over into the Coliseum because we do have quite a bit going on as far as rewards in there. So we're going to, as far as stamina, so we're going to kind of move through here and see about progressing through. And we're also going to try the event arena and see how that works for a new game player. Currently, I've actually been able to play arena basically as much as I want to. There's been plenty of, I don't know if they're bot teams or if they're just old teams that are kind of cycled down. My guess is they're bot teams if they're this low. But you're going in there and there's plenty to fight. So I haven't really run into a time where I can't actually beat the team. You can see my power is significantly higher than theirs. So it's not going to be an issue whatsoever. This is a good place where Cormac can really do a little extra work for you with that speed lead. Especially if you build a fast Morgan, she's going to take the turn meter down on everybody, and the speed lead for Cormac does some damage. Probably be a better choice than our Tristan here. But that being said, again, stretching your resources too thin is a problem when you first start the game. So I try to focus on building the champions you need specifically for the areas you need them in. Now, if you did happen to get a Caliburn Arthur early on, like when I got my Nika, probably put less resources into Tristan just because they overlap so much in what they do. And Caliburn Arthur is just better. He has some AoE damage plus single target damage, so he's kind of a jack of all trades. Plus he has the multiple hitter for Pinvid, so it all works out pretty good. He can replace Tristan in most places and be just fine. Also, as you level up in like Bronze 3 here, we're getting 100 rubies again. So I mean, it's just, there's a lot of areas as you start making progress that you get a lot of resources to really push your account along. And I also have on one of the weekly events another 250 stamina waiting for me in there that I haven't been able to use yet. So realistically, I have quite a bit of work I can still do. So we've jumped over into the event arena, just kind of blazing through it here. This team looks like it's probably going to be a little overpowered. Plus they got a Merlin on there. They already got some some awakenings going on. This team's underpowered for where I'm at, so we're going to go ahead and give them a shot. But I have been able to beat a few teams already, so that's pretty good. I don't know how far I'm really going to be able to push on to this, and the rewards aren't extremely helpful at this stage in the game, but it's kind of extra content to kind of gauge where you're at and how you're doing. So looking at my account right now, I think gold is my biggest opportunity. It's just always a problem, even in late game, but right now it's like I can't level up good gear that I have, which is a problem. So I'm going to actually focus some energy on my Gorgos team, specifically Jarrett and Rosier. We're going to get both of them to 6-star and then bring them back into Gorgos and see how far we can press on in Gorgos. Moving over to Rosier, we're going to have to actually go get 11 of these mythic orbs. It has been a minute since we've tried to go to the next level, so I'm going to go ahead and give Plane of the Beast a chance at stage 9 and just see with the latest updates we've done to the account whether or not we're going to be able to make it through. Last time I tried it wasn't close, so hopefully this with I think that was before the Vigor sets and it was before Tristan was 6-star, so there is some hope here that we do actually get it. But we got him down to 1 there. Now we're gonna actually do some damage on him. Hopefully you start getting some progress. He's doing a lot more damage on us than in the previous stage, so I don't know if we're gonna be able to get through him or not. So we're not doing super bad. K's looking a little squishy here, but as long as he spreads out some of his damage, I think we might be okay. We did quite a bit of chunking damage down, got his shield off again, so hopefully, oh, there goes K. If he would have been hitting anybody else, we might have made it through that. But if you do beat the stage for the first time, I think you get 10 mythic orbs or something like that. So it's kind of a big win when you get to do it. We still might beat this, but it's going to be a little bit harder. I think we actually are going to beat it because we're about to take the tusks out. And once the tusks are down, oh no, that's going to be it right there. We don't have enough hits to get through the shield now. So maybe we're going to try this again. except we're actually going to focus on the tusks and taking them out earlier, and that way we don't have that extra damage coming in. So we're going to go ahead and start right over here and see if we can get that tusk down and out, and then we'll move over to the left tusk and see if that strategy works a little better. Alright, so those tusks are down, so we're not getting those extra turns that are going to do damage on us, which is going to help Nika keep our heals in front of everybody. So that's going to be a pretty big win there. Now we can just pick Pinvid apart here, and as long as we can stay alive through his biggest hits, we should be fine, which I think is that overhead where he kind of rains down meteors on us. So as long as we can get through that, we should be in a good spot. Alright, so even with that strategy, it's looking like it's going to be pretty close here. We just got the shield down. He killed K. That's the big hit. We did survive it. We're getting a heal right away from Nika, which is going to be pretty good. It's going to be super close. Oh man, if he puts a shield up again, I think we're done. So, okay, I think as long as Morgan go. Oh no, that's brutal. That's brutal. We're gonna try it again. I think we were just a little RNG away from paradise on that one, so we'll give it another shot and see if we can get it done. So we actually moved Nika over into the lead position for her added HP benefit, which means we're gonna be moving pretty slow because we don't have any speed on any gear that we have, and now Tristan's speed lead is gone. That being said, it does increase everybody's HP, makes them a little more durable, but it also increases the heals that Nika's doing because her heals are based on her HP. So we went from getting 1,600 heals up to 1,900, which seems to be enough that it might actually make the difference because we were just so close. If we could just get through 1 or 2 more turn cycles with Kay before she died, it would have made all the difference. But unfortunately, she kept going down, so that's not good. That being said, I don't know if slowing us down is going to hinder us because that's 1 or 2 less turns we're getting per getting the shield off and all that good stuff. So it's kind of robbing Peter to pay Paul a little bit, and Kay's already looking a little rough here, so hopefully we get some heals up, start moving. We need Pinvid to start spreading out that damage. Go after Tristan or Nika or something. He got the AoE. That's going to be pretty bad, but hopefully we get some damage out of Tristan here and get this thing done. Alright, so we had to level all our relics up to level 10, and then we had to actually push each of their levels up by just a few, just to get some HP stats and whatnot to just maximize as much of those heals as we can get. We got 40. Oh, that's so good. I thought it was 10. That's way better. That's 4 times better than 10. So we can go ahead and get working on our Gorgos team. So just the minor adjustment of bringing Jarrett up to 6-star, and there's a little bit of advancement in Nika and Morgan here, seems to be working our way through Gorgos stage 6. So I was just trying it because we hadn't tried it in a little while, just to see if we could stay alive. You see Nika's heals are starting to get up there. They're over 2,000 now. So they're going to be way more beneficial, enough to keep everybody alive. If we can keep stacking these dots on Gorgos, we should be just fine. We can basically get them down, and then as we get a better relic, as we get better accuracy and all that stuff, we're going to hit more and more of those dots over time that are going to kill Gorgos. So this team should be able to take us clear to stage 10 once it's leveled up. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and max her up to level 50, so then we can take her up. Hopefully we have enough gold. I went through some of the other places. We're missing 6,000 gold. That's so ridiculous. Alright, let's see about our chivalries. Alright, so I think I am going to actually utilize these on Rosier here, just because a majority of what we do is farm Gorgos, so the faster you can get that team together, the better off we're going to be. She's going to increase her attack speed when she receives dots, which is going to help her in Gorgos. Ultimately, you want to get her all the way here to chivalry level 8. She just becomes a beast as far as damage over time. But we're going to go ahead and get her back into Gorgos so that we have enough gold to actually be able to upgrade her. Alright, we're back and we're taking our 6th character to 6-star. So we got Jarrett down here at 6-star. We're going to have Rosier at 6-star. And then we have our core 4 that we started with. Brennan will probably be our next 6-star character, but he does require so many more resources, which we're already halfway there because of we got 40 of those from moving up in Penvid. So if we get to a point where we can actually beat stage 10, we'll definitely have a spot for Brennan there. But I think we want to focus on our Gorgos team prior to jumping into Aldry, but we do have a good foundation going right there. So I do want to actually take a peek at the shard shop and just see if Rosier's flame relic or Jarrett's Frost Relic happen to be in here, and it looks like neither one of those are. Now that does reset every day. I would have to actually go in there and sell stuff that I have in order to get it, but those are fairly inexpensive ways. I'm not even looking at relics. I'm looking at the heroes. Let's see what we got. So we do not have Rosier's Flame, and I don't see Jarrett's Frost either. So, but those do refresh every day. So that could be something to kind of pay attention to, just in case, because that would make them positive or neutral affinity, which is going to make them significantly more durable, especially when we get into the further levels. But now what we need to do is we need to rebuild our Rosier and get her in a vigor set. So let's take a peek at what we have available to do that. Alright, so we moved her into a vigor set. Some of the stuff was already built. We're actually going to see if we can take this up to level 9. We cannot. We can't take it up to level 9? That's just sad. We're on 7. Alright, well, we'll take it. But in this build, her attack went down a little bit. Her effect accuracy went up a little bit. Not very high, though. It's actually, ideally, we'd probably have her in an accuracy set instead of crit rate, but she does do some damage, too. So we're going to have her in there. But we did get her HP up quite a bit, as well as her defense up quite a bit, and we got her in a vigor set. So she's going to be doing her A3 more frequently. Next, we need to move over to Jarrett and make him more tanky and more durable, but unfortunately, we're out of gold again, so back to Gorgos we go. And seeing how we have some upgrades, we're going to go ahead and try stage 7 and just see how it goes. My guess is, however, we are going to be moving right back to stage 6, but we can at least try it and give it a chance. Alright, so now that we switched gears and we actually were working on that Gorgos team on stage 7, when he smacked Rosier and Jarrett, they both almost died immediately. Unfortunately, I think it's just because they're negative affinity. So until I get their other relics, I think I'm going to kind of stand still, probably be farming stage 6 from here on out, which I can do. It's a little bit slow, but I can do it pretty comfortably. So we're going to switch gears and we're going to move over to building our Brennan here, get him dialed in. Alright, so I think this is the build I'm going to go with. I got this 5-star piece of gear here that doesn't really match anything, so we're going to throw a 4-star piece over here that was kind of the best of what I had, and we got the build. So we did give him in a vigor set, utilizing, and everything is upgraded to level 9, so, you know, I went through all that gold. I think I had 1,000,000 gold, and it's all gone already. So we're going to get his vigor there, as well as try to make him a little bit tanky, because he's there to kind of help just disperse some pressure. We also need to get his effect accuracy up from 5%. It's pretty brutal, but we need him to land the recovery disruption. But we do have Morgan. We can do her A3 as well. And I think in the early stages, Aldry will probably be okay. But if we can get an effect accuracy banner here, and then eventually an effect accuracy pendant, that would be a huge win. The other thing that just happened is I'm not sure exactly when we got it, but we got a recovery ring that's 4 stars for Nika. So we're going to go ahead and enhance that as far up as we can. We can't really get it that far, but we're going to take it as far as we can, and then we're going to equip it. That's going to be a huge win for her as far as getting her heals up. We were healing right around 2,000. With that recovery ring, my guess is we'll probably jump up to like 2,500, maybe even 3,000 on the heals, which is going to be pretty good. We did also get a 3-star pair of boots to replace her single star here, so right out of the gate they're already a little better. We can't really even enhance them all that much, but we're gonna equip them nonetheless, and get that extra those extra stars, that extra HP on her. So with 1 level up on that, we already got more HP on there, so it's just a matter of getting a little bit of gold on her, and we're gonna be better off. But we're not losing any stats by taking away those that 1-star piece of gear there, except for, what do we got, 7 defensive points that will come up after we get this leveled up. Alright, so we got done farming some Gorgos. We got 1.2 million going on right there, so that's not too bad there. I'm going to go in and I'm going to max out all the gear that's on everybody, or at least I hope I'm going to do that. We'll see if I have enough gold to do it. But I have been getting these guys. I got 25 of these on the account. I do feel like yesterday we got a little bit lackluster on some of the results of those. Although now I'm thinking about it, might have been on my main account where I was looking at that going, I don't know if this is even worth it. What do we got going on? We're going to use all 9 of these. Get those on there. We're going to go ahead and get all these goodies on the account. And then what we're going to do is we're going to max out our gear and then jump into Aldry and just see how far into Aldry we can get with our team. But first, let's see how this plays out, because I think yesterday we ended up getting a 5-pack of these rate up summons, which I think was really strong. So I got one this time. We got some tokens, some gold, so not too bad. You know, it's stuff that's on the account, so it's pretty good. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna max out Nika here, get her HP as high as possible, and that way she is performing the biggest heals we could possibly get. We're gonna get her recovery maxed out here as well. My guess is we are not gonna max everybody out here. We got HP percent here. We're gonna max that out as well. That is a majority. Oh, we still got 800,000. We're doing okay. We're at 912s across the board. Perfect. On Morgan here, we're going to go ahead and take that to 12. Enhance that up. Got some crit rate there. That's max, so we definitely need to take that to 9. How does she end up with all this gear? We need to get her built better. We need to get her built way better. Yep, and there we go. All right, so that's something there. Let's go ahead and take a look at Brennan's build. I feel like we have a lot of opportunities here. All right, so we're going to back off just a little bit. We're going to make sure everybody is at level 9 at least. Except for obviously 2-star gear, we can't get to level 9. So let's just make sure everybody has that going on. Because we don't want any of these. We had like 6 and 3s going on here. Well, we haven't really used Cormac in a while. How are we doing over here? So we need to rebuild Jarrett so bad. All right, that is where we're at with that. We got 200,000 left, so we just went through 1 million gold just like that. But we did get quite a bit of enhancement on Nika. But we're gonna jump over into Aldry now that we've opened that up and see how far we can press on using the team. So the team we're gonna build is we're gonna put Nika in the lead, get that extra HP for bigger heals. It's gonna be super effective. We're gonna then use Morgan and Brennan, and typically I'd probably lean towards Rosier here. And then on my Aldry team, I'm actually using Rosier, so we'll give that a shot, see how that works. But my guess is it's going to be a pretty tanky team, and we'll be able to go pretty far, I would hope. And then we'll jump into the skills over here and make sure everybody's doing what they need to do. So on the skills, we want Nika to be doing her A3. Morgan, this is a tough one because this is her recovery disruption, so we're going to kind of see if Brennan is landing his or not. And he's got an 80% chance to inflict it for 1 turn. And as you increase his chivalries or skills, that goes up to 2 turns, which is going to be super effective. But I think we definitely need to get that on Aldry, so we're going to be doing something like this, which is going to be pretty much a vigor fight. Everybody is in a vigor set. This is the first team I put together where all the people are in vigor sets, so that's pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and get that going and see how it goes. The first few levels probably be super easy just because Aldry is on stage 1. So moving on to stage 2 now. We didn't even get to a point where we're hibernating, where we need to worry about the recovery disruption, which is actually kind of funny now I'm thinking about it. We probably don't even need to worry about that till like stage 5 or 6, but we'll see. So we're just going to press on and see how far into Aldry we can get. So I'm going to switch the team up. We're going to take Rosier out of there, actually put in Tristan. The reason for that is Aldry does have a 90% immunity to dot damage, which can be overcome with quantity. When you get enough dots on Aldry, that it can be effective. But without all the chivalries and the extra players laying dots, Rosier is really not bringing a lot to the table. So we're going to go ahead and go this route, and then we'll switch him over to his A3 and get that going and see if that goes a little quicker. At least in these early stages, it probably will. So we're coming up on 1 o'clock in the morning now. We are pressing on Aldry. I think we're on like stage 6 or so. I was noticing Nika's heals are coming in 2,700, so that was a pretty big win getting that recovery ring on her. But I'm going to go ahead and make sure that my stamina is accruing while I go to sleep. I'm going to get some sleep, and then I'm going to come back in the morning, and we're going to keep pressing on the account.